Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about how I have organized protests to raise sexual assault awareness. I have done a lot of different protests or demonstrations throughout the years to raise awareness for sexual assault prevention in many different places, and so I wanted to give a little bit of information on how I did that, how to get started on doing these demonstrations and protests, and the process that I went through to make these things happen. My first protest that I ever did was on the University of Missouri Kansas City campus in front of the dorm a year after my college rape occurred in that dorm. First, figuring out exactly the message that I wanted to present, and then I created a lot of posters and pamphlets and different things that I could give out to people who were passing by. I also created several chants that I would say through a speaker, and then I also made sweatshirts that people could wear because this was in January in Kansas City. And I also got a group of people together who I knew would show up for me and support me to this demonstration. And then I contacted a lot of media outlets, letting them know about this protest or this demonstration that was going to happen, told them the time and place. I asked them if they would cover it as a news story to create more attention and awareness of this demonstration happening. I was able to get the Kansas City Star to do an article about it before the demonstration occurred, and then I had people showing up who had read the article on the Kansas City Star and came to support everyone who was at the demonstration on campus. I also ensured that I had support staff who were available as well. So I called some of the faculty on my campus and ensured that they could be there as support for the students and could also provide resources on their counseling as well as other programs that they do to bring awareness to sexual assault. This is what I did for most of the different protests that I have done. Another great thing to do is to put signs around campus explaining the protest, when it is, where it is, and the benefit for people coming, as well as to have different sororities, fraternities, and different clubs become aware of these events so that they can all join as well. That way you have more people who are engaging in the protest or demonstration, and that will create a bigger impact for the school as well as for wherever else you are protesting. I have held a protest with friends for a friend of mine, Catherine Daisy Coleman, in Maryville, Missouri, where we protested to ensure that Darren White, previous sheriff at the time for Maryville, Missouri, did not get reelected as sheriff. Instead, we wanted Randy Strong to remain sheriff of Nottoway County, Missouri. We were able to be successful in this. We got media sources out to the location outside of the courthouse where we were protesting in Maryville, Missouri. We were able to have them interview multiple people at the protest. We were able to get our message across to a wider audience because of the media attention that was created from the demonstration and protest. We had signs. We also had a lot of posters, and we had music playing through the stereo of one of the girls' cars. We also stood on the cars to protest to get more attention, to raise more awareness, and we also talked to a lot of the passerbyers about what we were fighting for, why we were fighting for it, and tried to make it very known why Darren White should not be elected as sheriff of Nottoway County. We were successful in that. Randy Strong ended up winning that election, and that was in 2020. Now, in 2024, there's another election, so this is happening yet again. The polls have said that Darren White will not win, but we are trying to also raise awareness. I made a video with the help of my friend Sydney, and I will put that in now.
In 2012, Catherine Daisy Coleman was raped. The sheriff at the time, Darren White in Nottoway County, Missouri, destroyed evidence in the case. She was not able to get justice. She committed suicide in 2020, and at the same time, we held a protest to ensure that Darren White did not get reelected. We succeeded. In 2024, he is running again. We need to ensure that he does not win.
So we made a lot of videos like this for the first protest that we did as well, and those were extremely helpful in getting out our message and ensuring that we could create change, and the change that was necessary to help other survivors of sexual assault not experience what Catherine Daisy Coleman experienced or what I experienced on the UMKC campus, and many, many more. So that is how I have done protests and demonstrations in multiple different capacities throughout the years. I also used MOXA, the Metropolitan Organization to Counter Sexual Assault, as a support staff for one of the protests that my friend Rebecca put together. And I was able to be the speaker at that event and have the support staff help everyone who attended to feel safe and not get triggered in response to the efforts that were being made to create policy change on campus. I also want to say that the chancellor of the University of Missouri, Kansas City became a good friend of mine, and I worked alongside him to create policy changes, and I'm extremely grateful for all of the awareness that I was able to raise on that campus as well as through other places. And thank you so much for watching. If you have any other questions about how I was able to create these demonstrations or protests, please leave them in the comments. I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you guys might have. Thank you so much. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.